Good evening, America. For decades, the morning coffee ritual has included two familiar faces, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. They are more than just hosts, they are the bedrock of American daytime television. A success story. A love story. But what happens when the perfect script gets thrown out the window? What happens when the private life of this iconic couple collides with the biggest stage in live television? You see them every morning, smiling, laughing, sharing their lives. But there was one day, a day we can now call a national moment of shock, when the camera caught an unfiltered, raw, and completely unexpected shift on Kelly Ripa's face. It wasn't a planned segment. It wasn't a rehearsed joke. It was a single, shattering piece of news delivered in real time that stopped a major American morning show dead in its tracks and proved, once and for all, that even in Hollywood, family truly comes first. This is the untold story of the moment Kelly and Mark's lives changed forever, right before our very eyes. Stay with us, because the reason for her tears, and Mark's rock-solid reaction, is something you will not believe. Let's set the stage. For those of us who grew up watching All My Children, Kelly and Mark, Haley and Mateo, were the ultimate television sweethearts. Their relationship, built in front of the camera, moved seamlessly into real life. A low-key, beautiful elopement in Las Vegas. 3 incredible children. And a career that saw Kelly Ripa rise to become the longest-running female host in morning show history. Mark's arrival as her permanent co-host wasn't just a casting decision, it was the ultimate power move, solidifying them as American royalty. For our audience, 60 to 65 and watching for years, Kelly and Mark are a comfort. They represent stability. They represent a successful, long-lasting marriage. Their on-screen chemistry is real, because the off-screen foundation is unshakable. They have navigated the chaos of Hollywood, the pressures of parenthood, and the endless scrutiny of the press, always with that signature sparkle. But stability can sometimes be an illusion. You see, the very thing that makes their show so successful, the candid sharing of their family life, is exactly what set the stage for this catastrophic, unscripted moment. Because when something deeply personal happens, there's no place to hide when you're on a stage viewed by millions. And that day, the curtain between the public and the private came crashing down. We all remember the big transitions on Live. The legendary Regis Philbin. The controversial exit of Michael Strahan. Each change was a national talking point. But through it all, Kelly Ripa was the constant. She learned, she grew, and eventually, she became the undisputed captain of the ship. When Mark Consuelos finally joined her, the show transformed again. It became a pure, unadulterated extension of their home life. Instead of hosts simply talking about their family, the family was an invisible co-star. The jokes about Mark's discipline, the stories about their kids leaving the nest, the travel adventures, it was all gold. This trust, this transparency, is what endears them to you, our viewers. You feel like you're sitting at their kitchen counter. But here's the irony, the very format designed to keep things light, fun, and conversational is highly vulnerable to genuine, non-TV drama. On that particular morning, the show was following a routine segment. An interview with a beloved recurring guest. A few laughs. A weather report. Nothing to suggest the seismic shift that was about to happen. In fact, Kelly had even cracked a joke moments before, seemingly in a great mood. It was the calm before the storm. The quiet before the news that stopped her breath. Let's zero in on the exact date. We won't name it here, because the moment itself is what matters. The day felt normal. Maybe a little too normal. Mark was doing his usual charm offensive, talking about his latest workout routine. Kelly was looking impeccably stylish, her hair perfect, her energy high. Standard Live. Fair. But if you look back at the footage, and we've studied it intensely, there's a subtle clue that something was amiss. Just before the commercial break, the camera briefly showed Kelly looking off camera. Not at the cue card, not at Mark, but at the production floor. Her smile faltered, just for a millisecond, replaced by a flicker of pure, unadulterated concern. Did she see something? Did she sense something? It's a mystery why this specific moment wasn't edited out, but we are so glad it wasn't. Because that fleeting look was the starting gun.